Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I got a chance to do my nails, so I figured I'd take you along with me and I kind of show you how I do a fill on my builder gel. So I tested out the magic gel. It was a starter kit that I bought at the Nail Tech event of the Smokies back in July. And yeah, I'm really kind of liking it. It's held up really well. Now I did chop my nails down pretty far, and because I don't really like to wear super long nails, because I like to have the short nails so that I can hold my tools and stuff. Forgive the redness on a couple of my cuticles. I got a little too close and I nipped my cuticles because I tend to go a little bit crazy when I'm doing my own nails. But anyways, I figured I would try to film as much as I can on this and see how it goes, and I can just kind of show you my process on how I do this fill in this builder gel. So I've already filed my nails down lengthwise. I took them way down and then buffed off the top coat and kind of took down some of the bulk so that it's not super crazy for filing. I always have to end up finish filing somewhat, but I try to get the bulk down. So since I've already got them prepped, I'm just going to take and cleanse it with some of my prep, and I've got this little squeeze bottle I found on Amazon. It's a little tattoo wash bottle, and I do like a 50-50 mix of isopropyl alcohol and acetone, and that helps cleanse off any of the oils, any dust, debris, anything like that, and it dries out the nail plate. So we'll just squeeze a little bit of that on there, and then I'm just gonna go over all of my nails and get any of that cleaned off. And then I don't know if I'm gonna end up using this little armrest, but I figured it might help steady my hand because I'm doing it backwards. I normally kind of face myself when I do it, so we shall see. Let me zoom in here a little bit and got the flash on. So we'll see if I can stay in the center to do this. Okay, so let me get that out of the way. So this is the base coat. It's a silicone thin base. It is pretty thin consistency. So it's not like super thick, like a rubber base. It's just their clear base. So I'm just going to take that and apply to each of my nails. And I just want just a little bit on the brush. Like, I don't want it to be like dripping or have, like a big blob or anything. So we just want it to be wet with the base coat. And then I'm just going to go in and be very careful not to get it on the cuticle. And we're just going to get up around. And I'm really only kind of concerned about the cuticle area. I don't need to go all the way down to the bottom of the nail because it already has that builder on it. So the builder will stick to the builder. It's already there, but we want to give the new stuff a good start. So I'm just going to do this to all 5 of the nails. And then I'm going to go back and double check that I didn't get any around the cuticle or, up in the side walls or on the cuticle, because that will cause lifting and it'll kind of create a ridge as they grow out. So we're just going to take a look. That's what they're kind of looking at. Oh, I just touched my finger with my pinky because I don't know how to pose my hand. Oh. So yeah, so this is what they're looking like. Now I did get some on my pinky sidewall. So I'm just going to wipe that off and double check and make sure that all of that is good. We've got nothing too crazy happening, and I'm gonna pop that in the lamp for 60 seconds. So I'll be right back. Okay, so now that we've got the base coat cured, now I'm gonna go in with the builder. This one is called Omega, and it's by Magic Gel. And this is like a milky white, and it has some little flakies in it that are super pretty. And I totally got talked into buying this at the nail show because the lady at the booth was wearing it, and I thought it was so pretty. So let's see if I can zoom in here a little bit more. Does that maybe make a little bit more sense? Okay, we're trying here, we're trying. Okay, so I normally do this one finger at a time, especially with this gel because it tends to be a little bit on the runnier side. So I don't want to get it in the cuticle or on the side walls, but I'm gonna put just a tiny little thin layer all over the whole nail. And I was completely out of shot doing that whole thing. But, so a thin layer over the whole nail. So we have it all over the pinky. Now I'm just gonna get my brush and I'm gonna grab a little, like a little blob. You can kind of see it's not like a big, huge drip. Of course, this is for the pinky anyway, so you don't want a whole lot on the brush. But so I'm gonna take that little blob, and then I'm gonna take and kind of dot it onto the nail. So I have like just kind of a blob back there at the cuticle. So now that we have our little slip layer there, it's going to help us with moving that gel around. It's going to kind of go and settle where it needs to settle. So I'm just basically taking that little bead and I'm kind of bouncing it back towards the cuticle. Ugh, okay, let me find out where the middle of my screen is. Okay, so now I have that little blob and I'm just kind of bouncing it back towards the cuticle, trying not to touch the cuticle. And ideally, you want to have your nail kind of pointing down for this, and I normally do it as I'm pointing towards myself. But then you're just going to kind of work the brush very gingerly, very lightly down the nail until you've kind of worked all that product down your nail. So then you have pretty much covered, and it self-levels for the most part, so you don't have to really worry too much about it looking too bulky, but it can kind of settle on the sides. But since you've put that slip layer, you have you kind of have it where it needs to be, and the gel will find itself. And then I usually take my little detail brush, which I have to clean right now, so I'm holding my brush upside, or my nail upside down, so that it doesn't go into the cuticle while I clean out my brush, because I used it for some gel paint and I don't want to get the gel paint in my nail. Okay, so we're gonna take this little guy. This is the Young Nails Micro Detailer brush, and it's super duper fine brush. I love it. So now that I've kind of hung that upside down, you can kind of see it's kind of formed a little bit of like an apex. I don't need much because my nails are super short, so it's not really too big of a deal. But I'm just gonna take that Micro Detailer brush and I'm gonna kind of work that gel back up toward the cuticle and kind of smooth it out. Anything that looks kind of bulky or out of place. So once you have it kind of where you want it, like maybe zoomed in, I want to zoom out. Okay, so I kind of have it where I want it, and just gonna kind of fiddle with it. I kind of make sure that it's, you know, looking pretty even, and I use my light to kind of check out if it is, if it's got a dip in it, or if it's not quite laying straight. You'll see that that light line will kind of wiggle. So I'm just kind of checking for that and moving it back to where I want it. And like I said, I normally end up having to finish file my own nails because it's harder to work with one nail or with one hand. So there's that one. And I think I've got it about where I want it. It looks pretty smooth. I'm just gonna hang it upside down for just another quick couple of seconds, just to make sure that it doesn't do anything crazy. And we just make sure that it looks like I've got a little dip right there. Okay, so I like that. I like it looks nice and smooth, and we're good. And I can always straighten anything up with a finish file if it does end up looking a little lumpy. But so we got that. I'm gonna pop this in the lamp and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got my pinky done. Yay. I don't know how much of that I managed to stay in shot or in focus, but I'll see it when I play back. But I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of them. What I think I'm gonna do is try to do like a little time lapse maybe. We'll see if that works out. If not, you'll probably never see this video because I'll probably scrap it and do it next time. But yeah, so stay tuned. Okay, so I have my whole hand done now. If this video sees the light of day, then the time lapse actually worked because I haven't gone back to see. I'm just, you know, going for it. But yeah, so again, excuse the little redness around my cuticles, my thumb. I kind of nipped it when I was nipping the cuticles. But yeah, so once I have my fill completed back at the cuticle, I'm just trying to make sure that the nail is as smooth as possible. Like I said, I normally end up doing a little bit of finish filing, but it seems to look okay, at least I mean, trying to do it while I'm filming, that was definitely a challenge. So but yeah, so what I normally do at this point is I take a little bit more of my prep just to cleanse off that sticky layer that's left behind, because if I'm going to be doing any filing, I don't want it to get stuck all over my file. And I normally just hand file on myself. Normally with my clients, I don't have to finish file because, like, obviously I've got two hands to work with and not just the one. But forgive the state of my file. This is the one I use on myself and myself only, and it's a little tattered, but you know, I'm gonna hang on to it. So what I normally do is I'll just kind of double check and make sure if there's any little lumps and bumps. I think there's a little guy hanging out on the edge there. But I just kind of want to look down, like kind of look down the barrel of the nail and see if it looks super like bulby anywhere, if it's poking out, if it doesn't look nice and smooth, if there's any bumps. I follow that light line with the light in the room and or like ring light, flash type situation. But these actually look pretty decent. I'm probably just gonna buff over them. This one needs a little shaping. My finger is like super crooked, and so is the one on my right hand where I hold my tools. So my middle finger, like the actual fingertip, is crooked. I don't know if you can tell. It's like higher on this side than it is on this side. So I have to kind of file my nail crooked so that it looks straight. Because if I kind of take away the tip of my finger, I want to make sure that that nail is poking out straight and not going off to one side. Because I tend to file it and it ends up going like more towards this way because that's kind of the way my finger goes. But yeah, so you can kind of see if I line up my fingers that they're all coming down straight. And you just kind of want to look at different angles to make sure that everything looks straight and nothing's like going off to one side or crooked or anything. But yeah, so I'm probably just going to buff over these and put some top coat on them for now because I don't have time to do any nail art and I just wanted to get like a fresh set. So I thought I'd take you along for the ride. So hopefully this was a fun video to watch. If nothing else, you can laugh at my recording skills. But yeah, this is the first time I've actually filmed myself ever working on myself. So that was different. But yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Like I said, this is the Magic Gel system. I believe they're a company out of Canada. Yep, proudly Canadian. So yay, Canada. I'm just south of Canada in Ohio, so howdy neighbors. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this color, this Omega. It's really pretty and sparkly, and I just used it on a client today as well, and we did some little boho inspired nail art, and it turned out really cute. We just did this as the background, and I did some black gel paint and a few decals, stickers to kind of give it that vibe, so it turned out pretty cute. But yeah, so thanks for joining me, and we'll see how this one turns out. Hopefully I get better at recording and staying in frame, like knowing where I'm supposed to be. But yeah, so I guess that's about all I got for today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Do all the YouTube things, the like, the share, the subscribe. I'm really kind of excited that I went from 60-something subscribers to 70-something subscribers. So maybe by the time I'm editing and posting this video, I'll be maybe at 100. If not, you know, no biggie, but really excited that, I mean, I guess maybe you guys are kind of liking what I'm doing, so I'll continue to do that. But yeah, so I'm gonna stop filming and I'm gonna do this hand now because it's looking kind of bad too, and I wanted to get a nice little fill so my nails feel better and I can work better because my nails were getting super crazy. And but yeah, I'll stop rambling because that's apparently what I do at the end of these videos. I'll have to find a way to do an actual ending so that I can just do that ending and end the video. But yeah, so thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope to do more videos like this and maybe some nail art and work towards that. So I will see y'all in the next video. I guess I won't see you, but you'll see me, and say hi to me in the comments. I try to reply to all the comments that I get because I really like to hear from you, and I like to hear your ideas on what you want to see, because, you know, I'm just trying to figure this out and try to do what I need to do. But yeah, so I guess I'm rambling again, so let's cut it off here, and I will see you all in the next video.